The Dallas Mavericks are staring down a franchise-defining decision. In less than 2 weeks, they'll likely be holding the number. First overall pick in the 2025 NBA Draft, and with it, the right to select a generational talent, Cooper Flagg. There's no real debate. Flagg has been the guy all year long. He's not just the consensus number. One pick. He's the kind of player that forces teams to reevaluate their entire roster strategy. Explosive, versatile, and NBA-ready in ways few 18-year-olds ever are, Flagg is expected to immediately make an impact on both ends of the court. But here's the twist. While Cooper Flagg may be the obvious pick, that doesn't mean he's a seamless fit in Dallas. And that's where the questions begin. Is there room for Flagg in the Mavericks' current system? According to The Athletic's Zach Harper, while Flagg's defensive instincts and motor will make him an instant contributor, things may not click quite so smoothly on the offensive end. In fact, Harper isn't convinced that Flagg's skill set fits naturally with the Mavericks' existing roster construction. He was always going to be the number one pick, and not even Nico Harrison would pick anybody except him with the top selection, especially after the year Harrison has endured, Harper wrote, alluding to the Mavericks' rocky front office decisions. Harper's main concern? A front-court logjam that could stunt Flagg's development, or worse, miscast him into a role that doesn't maximize his immense potential. A crowded paint. The Mavericks' front-court conundrum. Let's break it down. The Mavericks already have Dereck Lively II, an emerging defensive anchor, Daniel Gafford, a springy rim runner, P.J. Washington, a hybrid forward with offensive versatility, and now Anthony Davis, whose presence looms large on both ends of the floor. Add in Najee Marshall, whose best minutes have come at the small forward spot, and the Mavericks suddenly look bloated. So where exactly does Flagg fit? Flagg is at his best when he's able to roam freely, operate in space, and attack mismatches. His offensive game is still evolving, but forcing him to play out of position, say, sticking him at the 3 full-time or having him work exclusively off-ball, could limit his impact. He's too skilled to be just a complementary piece, and too raw to be asked to lead an offense immediately. The Mavericks, as currently built, might not offer the developmental lane he needs, a star worth building around. But here's the thing. You don't adjust Flagg to the system. You adjust the system to Flagg. He's that type of player. This isn't just about talent. It's about long-term vision. Flagg's ceiling is sky high, potentially a two-way superstar who could anchor your team for a decade. And that means Dallas has a choice to make. Do they try to awkwardly wedge him into a lineup that wasn't built with him in mind? Or do they blow up the board, move pieces around, and fully commit to building a team that complements their new franchise cornerstone? That could mean trading a veteran or two. That could mean reimagining roles for guys like Washington or Gafford. It might even mean difficult conversations with someone like Anthony Davis about spacing, shot distribution, or load management. But that's what you do when you land a generational player. You don't make him fit your vision. You make your vision fit him. Luka, Kyrie, and the Flagg factor. Don't forget, this is still Luka Dončić's team, and Kyrie Irving, for now, is still in the mix. That raises even more questions. How does Flagg mesh with Luka's heliocentric playstyle? Can he thrive in a system where the ball is almost always in Dončić's hands? Is there enough room for Flagg to grow into the kind of offensive weapon we expect? Or will he be stuck in the background, running corner sets and cutting off ball? In the short term, the Mavericks will try to balance it all. But eventually, a new identity will have to emerge. Luka's brilliance is undeniable. But so is the reality that his ball-dominant style has yet to translate into championship success. Flagg might be the missing piece, or he might demand the kind of system overhaul Luka's never been part of, and that could set the stage for some fascinating power dynamics down the line. What comes next? No matter what direction the Mavericks go in, the arrival of Cooper Flagg will force a reckoning. They can't keep everyone. They can't play four bigs and still space the floor. They can't pretend this is business as usual. They have two options: stay the course and try to make the current roster work with Flagg squeezed in, or go bold, make the trades, shift the pieces, build the team around Flagg, and not just because he's a great player, but because he represents the future. If Nico Harrison and the Mavs front office choose option 2, they could be setting themselves up for a dynasty-defining era. If they choose the first, we could be looking at another case of wasted potential.